You know, it's true in life and certainly true in landscape design that you'll only get one shot at making a great first impression. And Mark, it's all about curb appeal when it comes to your business, isn't it?
It is, and when we were connected with these homeowners, and by the way, they're avid viewers of our show.
Yeah, baby.
They wanted to dress up the front of the house here, and what they originally had was kind of a tired landscape that we walked around, we evaluated it, we talked about what we wanted to keep and what needed to go.
They did keep just a little bit, but most of what you're going to see here today is all new, correct?
Absolutely, and it's going to be hard for the viewers to recognize what was original here.
I'm glad you told me ahead of time because I would not have had a clue, not a clue at all. Well, you've done a great job here with low maintenance stone cover and plantings, but Mark, this dogwood here just is screaming at me right now. It becomes a beautiful specimen, doesn't it?
It does, and of course dogwoods here in Michiana bloom in the springtime. We're wanting to anchor the corner of this two-story house here, and actually if you look closely you can start seeing some flower buds that are already starting to form to put on a nice show for this coming spring.
Is that right? That's cool. Well, you're surrounding everything here with the stone cover, and tell me why the choice in this.
Yeah, real easy, Craig. That the number one requirement here not only was beautification, but it had to be low maintenance. And so the homeowners are extremely busy with work, and they don't have the time to come out here and be attending to high maintenance plants. So we chose a low maintenance ground cover, which is stone. We've got a good quality woven fabric with a weed barrier in there.
That's key.
And then one of my favorites is the paving brick edging, and that is so low maintenance. It's easy to run the lawnmower wheel over the top of that edging, and then there's absolutely no need to use a line trimmer along there to edge the grass.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about how that edging just kind of flows right into that front porch, which again is great. But talk about some of the selections here.
Okay, well, we're standing on a nice sandstone path which leads up to and through this arbor that directs not only the homeowners but their guests around the side of the house. And we always are looking for a constant display of color. So we've got spring blooming dogwood here. These low maintenance drift roses are putting on an amazing show, and these continue to bloom nonstop all spring, summer, and fall. And they're very tough here in Michiana, don't require any special care.
They need to be tough as nails, don't they, in this weather?
And so as we go around here, we've got this large picture window. It's actually fairly low to the ground, so it's important not to have any plantings that grow up above the base of the window. And Craig, these are actually the summer blooming hydrangeas that were here originally. So we've got them clustered here together, anchoring each side of the hydrangeas with our dwarf boxwoods, because in the fall, the winter here in Michiana, anything that's got leaves and flowers, they do lose their leaves during the wintertime, and so we heavily depend upon evergreens as the bones of the landscape.
Did you transplant the hydrangeas then?
We did.
Okay,
and,
you moved
got them perfectly centered underneath the windows there.
Very good, very good. What else here, Mark?
Well, we've got a little miniature red Japanese lace leaf maple, very slow growing, nice pop of red color all spring, summer, and fall. I love these little dwarf golden variegated liriopes, a little miniature ornamental grass that blooms with a true blue flower. And they are in their glory at this time of the year and continue to bloom all the way up until frost in the fall.
Very nice look. And speaking of a nice look, this patio is great, isn't it?
What a way to welcome the guests to the front entrance here. And the homeowner, got to give her credit and kudos for the nice, lovely fall display here, the wreath, the scarecrow, the floral arrangements. She's all out for fall here, as well as the grouping of the mums. But yes, we used the same paving brick that we're using for the edging. We did a brick overlay over the existing concrete front porch here.
So you didn't have to tear the porch out?
We did not, which makes it so much easier as well as more economical. And what I like is that they chose a basket weave brick pattern here, and then we've got a soldier course running the bricks a different direction all the way around the edge of the landing here.
Well, I tell you, Frank and Trudy gotta love what's going on here, but the neighbors must love it too.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the house is more of a formal house, so you're going to see some balance and symmetry. We've got one boxwood over here. We've got another boxwood over here. We added a hydrangea underneath this small window. The fountain was here originally. We've repurposed that, put that in a new location, and I love what the homeowner did to just turn it into a floral arrangement, and she cut some of her hydrangea flowers.
No kidding. What
Very
a nice
creative.
touch.
Yeah, I cannot take credit for that.
That's way cool.
So we've got some of our low maintenance knockout roses here, and they continue to bloom all season long. Some low maintenance perennials. These are called moonbeam coreopsis, and it's one of my favorites, Craig, because it's nonstop blooming with the yellow daisy-like flowers spring, summer, and fall.
We feature those a lot, don't we?
We do. It's a good tried and true perennial.
Very nice. What do you got going on here, Mark?
Well, again, balance and symmetry. We want some height on each end of the corners of the garage, and these are dwarf Alberta spruce. They do a nice job of naturally shaping themselves. More boxwoods, one underneath the base of each of the windows, and then in between the windows, this is an opportunity for a little bit of height, and both the homeowners, Frank and Trudy, appreciate the sculpture type of plants, and this is a great place for this Pom-Pom Boulevard cypress.
You know, you talk a lot about these homeowners, Frank and Trudy, and they have captured your heart, haven't they?
They have. You know, when I first met them, they said they were avid viewers of our show for quite a few years.
Well, you know, we always like that. Avid viewers of the show. Those are magical words, aren't they?
They are.
And let's catch up now with Frank and with Trudy and find out a little bit more about their mindset and what they were thinking going into this great project. Frank and Trudy join us here on the program to talk about, well, a beautiful design created by Linton's. Frank, thank you for having us out. You really hit a home run with this. Congratulations.
Yes, it's beautiful. It turned out really nice. I mean, we couldn't have imagined it turning out any better than it has.
And Frank, you and I were talking just a little bit ago about the porch and how that has been totally transformed.
Oh, yes. It was just a regular concrete porch and things like that. And then we were thinking, well, how can we, make that better, make that more beautiful? And Lynn's came up with the idea with brick and things, and it looks gorgeous. Turned out really nice.
That is way cool. I tell you what, this is a transformation of transformations. And Trudy, you have a couple of special items here that really caught your eye, right, when it was all said and done?
Right. I asked Mark for something special in front of the garage windows that would be a little more delicate, a little more decorative, and I came up with the pom-pom tree, and he brought it, had one sent out, and that's one of my favorites. And then, of course, a little seating area over with the dogwood. I'm anxious to see it bloom next spring.
Are you getting any good comments from the neighbors so far?
We've had a few, yeah, they enjoy it. Yep.
Very good. Well, tell you, we're going to bring Mark on right now. Mark, if you don't mind, a little special presentation for you, Trudy and Frank.
Flowers.
Well, both Frank and Trudy, we just wanted to thank you for the opportunity to beautify your home and also share your new landscape with all the viewers out there.
It's been very exciting.
Oh.
Thank you.
I tell you, the products are one thing, and certainly the people behind the products are really what's. And Trudy, you claim that Mark and Charlie together are a team like no one has ever seen, right?
You can never ask for a better group, a company to work for, work with, and have you work for you. Anytime I called and said, I think I'll change this, right on it, no problem. Never a fuss. It was a very, very accommodating and very satisfying. Yeah, I'm very, very happy.
Thanks for the kind words.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have done a great job, Mark, and
Yes.
thank you for all of that. And you two are just special people. It was really
on the next phase, but it'll be a few.
Frank, good meeting you, sir.
Thank you.
Frank and Trudy here at a beautiful neighborhood in Mishawaka. We've got more coming up on the program. Don't go away. We'll be right back.